In this video, the teacher uses brainstorming to generate ideas from her students about how forces work with everyday objects. These ideas are explored further with practical demonstrations.
So we are all here back for a session on studying about motion and forces, right? I would like to introduce this topic to you by making you conduct an activity right now. You are supposed to observe few of the examples that I will be demonstrating here from our daily life or day-to-day experiences. You are supposed to observe them very carefully and record the types of motion or forces that you see here in the form of picture depiction with the help of arrows in your notebook. We will be having a discussion about all those activities that you are observing after you have jotted down about each activity. So class, are we ready for the session? Yes, ma'am. So let's start with the first demonstration with this ball. I just want one of you, please come. Take this object and just bounce it for me on the floor. Yes. Yes, thank you so much. This is what is called as bouncing of a ball. So now, we want to move on to the next activity and, okay, can we please have view? So can we name this motion, class? Oscillation. So we'll name this activity as oscillation of a pendulum or an eraser. The third demonstration to be noted down and observed here is the motion of this object. Can we identify this object? Yes. Yeah, more precisely roller skates. So I want somebody to just actually make it slide for me. Can you please help me? Yes. Please come. You're just supposed to slide it on the ground and I want everybody to observe it carefully. So I want all of you to observe this, that the ball hits the wall and comes back. We can name this activity as motion of a ball. We can name this.
Once the four motions have been described, the teacher asks the students to work in pairs.
In your notebook. So you can have the discussion and one of you can actually record the pictures in your notebook. Take a new page and quickly write down all the four and then you start the discussion.
So we are applying a force downwards, we are leaving a ball with zero initial velocity, so it will come down. G will oscillation of an eraser. Okay, make the right.
The ball is pushed downwards by the force, external force applied by the boy and gravity.
Applied by the person.
By the person, take care.
Bouncing back of the ball.
Hits the ground and this is the action.
And this is the
And
reaction.
then due to the force of the ground it goes upwards, that is called reaction.
Now the ball bounces off and
Reaches this place.
You have to think about what force is pushing the pendulum backward towards the mean position.
When we pushes the eraser towards in the opposite direction, due to gravity,
The ball bounces.
So now class, I want you to actually stop writing and discuss whatever you have written in your notebook with the group who is sitting next to you. So we can actually make or get into groups of fours. So we have these four. Similarly there and those last four. Get into groups of four and exchange your ideas and the information that you have in your notebooks.
In this we have not written the force applied, the force of friction, the normal and the reaction forces.
Okay.
But we have written the force applied.
Force applied by the.
There are four forces. They are normal and the reaction forces.
Okay.
F,
Also, you
force
not
of
mentioned
friction,
force and the
again
friction again.
Force of
We
friction
were
ahead.
writing between time was not there, no?
You haven't written action here.
What we have written here.
Where's the frictional force?
The ball touches it, it comes.
The frictional force is opposing.
The frictional force is opposed.
You may be right.
Friction.
Friction opposes the motion of a ball.
So class, now as I told, I want one of your group leader to give the feedback on behalf of your group. So
The feedback allows students to develop their ideas. It also helps the teacher to assess the students' prior knowledge and misconceptions so that she can adjust her future teaching accordingly. Using a stimulus helps to prompt discussions about the scientific principles involved. Using pair work and then group work helps students to develop their ideas through discussion.